Good morning, students. I welcome you all in this online study portal or channel. Today, we are going to solve the assignment number 13, Properties of Division of Integer of class 7th, chapter number 1, Integer. So, let's move ahead. We talk about the properties of division of integer. So, today, what is our agenda? First of all, we discuss about the definition of the division. What do you mean by the division? Sign convention during the division properties, closure, commutative, associative properties. What are the sign convention and the closure properties of division of integer, commutative property of division of integer. So first, definition of the division. So what do you mean by the definition of division? A division is the inverse process of multiplication. As you know, division is the inverse process of multiplication. What does that mean? For example, we are taking that 5 into 3. 5 multiplied by 3 gives us 15. Now, if we rewrite this statement into the division process, we can write it 15 divided by 3, it will give us the 5, or 15 divided by 5, it will give us the 3. Please try to understand this. 15 into 5 into 3, that gives the 15, and 15 divided by 3 gives 5, and 15 divided by 3 gives us 3. Each multiplication statement of whole numbers, there are two division statement. It means what? एक मल्टीप्लाई स्टेटमेंट के लिए दो डिवीज़न प्रोसेस होंगी, दो स्टेटमेंट होंगी. जैसे 5 इंटू 3 इज इक्वल टू 15, वन स्टेटमेंट इज़ देयर, एंड इसके लिए हमने दो बनाई. 15 डिवाइडेड बाई 3 इज इक्वल टू 5 और 15 डिवाइडेड बाई 5 इज इक्वल टू 3. सो लेट्स मूव अहेड. Sign convention. To understand this properties, closure, commutative properties, first we have to understand the sign convention of the division. So let the sign convention. The first, remember, when we divide a negative integer by positive integers. Please remember that when we divide a negative integer by a positive integer, or a positive integer by a negative integer, vice versa, negative integer by a positive integer or positive integer by a negative integer, we divide them as a whole numbers. First, what you have to do, you divide them as a whole number without sign, without positive negative sign, and whatever quotient is there, then put a minus sign, put a negative sign before the quotient. Whatever quotient is there, then put negative sign in front of that quotient. For example, a divided by minus b, or equals to minus a divided by b, is equal to, first divide the whole numbers in, it means divide a divided by b and put the sign minus in front of this. For example, 125 divided by minus 25, what you have to do, you opposite sign is there. 125 is the positive number and 25 is a negative number, so divide the whole numbers. Whole number is 125 and 25 only without sign, so divide 125 divided by 25, 5 is there, and put the negative sign in front of the quotient. So what should be the answer? Minus 5. Second question, try minus 80 divided by 16. So what I said, divide as a whole number, divide them as a whole number. Then 80 divided by 16, 80 divided by 16 means 5, and minus, put a minus sign over there, so minus 5 is there. Next, sign convention. When we divide in, another property of the sign convention is when we divide a negative integer by a negative integer, when we divide a negative integer by a negative integer, we divide them as a whole number, and then put a plus sign before the quotient. I am going to repeat it again. When the opposite sign are divided to each other, and the opposite signs are divided, when a positive sign is divided by negative, or negative sign is divided by the positive, then the result is opposite sign is there, then the result is negative. Put a negative sign in front of the quotient. When the same signs means positive sign is divided by positive, negative sign is divided by the negative, then you have to put the plus sign in front of the quotient. Please try to understand this. Please try to focus on it. Sign convention is most important over here. If you are not getting the sign convention, it means you are going to do a wrong question. So please try to understand what it is. Very important. For example, minus a divided by minus b, minus b divided by minus a, it will always give a divided by b without sign, divide as a whole number. For example, minus 125 divided by minus 125, or we can say that minus 125 divided by minus 125, it means minus 125 divided by minus 25, minus is cancelled out with minus, and 25 5s, that result is 5 only. So the result is 5. The second, minus 80 divided by minus 16, so minus cancel out with minus, or 8 16 5s are 80, then 5 is the answer. Next we will do the closure property. What do you mean by the closure properties of division of integer? Closure properties means, for integer, let us assume that a and b are two numbers belongs to the integer. If when a divided by b or b divided by a, it gives the same, belongs to the integer, quotient belong to the integer, then closure property hold. Try to understand this. Please try to understand this. The set of what I am going to say, if a belongs to integer I and b belongs to integer I, a divided by b or b divided by a belongs to integer I, then it holds the closure property. If doesn't belongs to I or z, capital I or z, or integer doesn't belongs to integer, then it doesn't hold the closure properties. Please try to understand this. If does not belongs to I, then it does not holds the closure property. So let's understand it. For an example, what the set of integer is not closed. The set of integer is not closed under the operation of division, because when you divide one integer by another, you don't get an integer. How you can say that this you can don't get an integer? How? For an example, any integer divided by 0, any integer is divided by 0 is an also integer is divided by integer, it means numerator belongs to integer, denominator belongs to integer. But when a is divided by 0, any integer is divided by 0, it is meaningless. It means meaningless means it is trying to say that ki undefined term, an integer divided by 0 or any number which are having as a denominator as a 0, that number does not defined till now. So not a defined number or infinite number, we can say that. And 0 divided by an integer other than 0, it is equal to 0, और 0 को किसी भी इंटीजर से डिवाइड करें अदर देन 0 से, तो ऑलवेज 0 देता है. तो फर्स्ट हमने देखा कि दोनों रिजल्ट डिफरेंट हैं. फर्स्ट when a is divided by 0 and integer is divided by 0, then it gives the undefined term, and when 0 is divided by any integer it gives always 0. So both are not same. So we can say that does so in undefined term does not belongs to an integer, so the closure properties of integer for division does not hold. You can say like this. So a divided by 0 is not defined or infinite. If 0 divided by a is equal to 0 for a not equal to 0, so we can say that division is not commutative for integer. Similarly, division is not associative for the integers, and division is not closure for the integer. Division is also not commutative for the integer. What do you mean by the commutative? If we reverse the sign, if we reverse the order, not sign, reverse the order, a divided by b not equal to b divided by a. Same thing, when 10 is divided by 5, then it will give the 2, and the 5 divided by 10, we reversing the order, 5 divided by 10 it will give 1 by 2. It is not equal, so that's why it doesn't hold the commutative property also. If any number doesn't hold the commutative property, it definitely it doesn't hold the associative property of division of integer. Please, I hope you understood this. Next, application based problem is there. So first problem, find minus 100 divided by 5. You can easily solve it out. Sign convention, negative positive, two opposite sign is there, then negative and positive, then two opposite sign is there. Then what we said in previous slide, that divide as a whole number. So 100 divided by 5, what it gives a 20, and put a negative sign. If sign is opposite, then put a negative sign in front of the quotient. So second question is there, 125 divided by minus 25. I think this question is solved in the previous slide. Next question, find minus 36 divided by minus 4. Sign convention, when two same sign are there, when negative is divided by negative, positive is divided by positive, always put a plus sign in front of the quotient. So 36 divided by 4, 9 is there, then put plus sign, so plus 9 is the answer. Question number 4, it is said that is 1 divided by a is equal to 1. If is a 1 divided by a, then is equal to 1. Check second part is there, is a divided by minus 1 is it gives us minus a for any integer a. Take different values of a and check it. So solution, let's start. First we discussed divide by 100 by 520, minus 25 is there. Second question, 125 minus 1 minus 25 minus, put a minus sign in front of the quotient. So to quotient, 125 divided by 25, that gives the 5 minus 25. 3 minus 36 divided by minus 4, minus is cancelled out, minus, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. is no 1 नहीं होगा, then क्या होगा, 1 by a is the answer. Then 1 by a is the answer. 1 by a is the answer. Please try to understand this. 1 by a is the answer. Second question, a divided by minus a. Minus a, yes, it is correct. Take 8, a is 8. So 8 divided by minus 1, it gives minus 8. I hope you all understood what I am going to teach you. So move ahead. Now in this slide, what we did the definition of the division, we did sign convention, we did the closure property of division of integers, commutative property of division of integers. Thank you. Have a nice day.